No, I won't let him do that. No, I won't let him do that. It smells bad and on the ground floor. I think that's sewage. Real bad.
I went to go get some folders just to try to organize this a little bit last night. And then we're out. I'm like, I just feel like the supply cabinet is barren all the time. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then they're usually like 4 pages because somebody just returned it. And I don't even know why I returned it.
All rise. The Superior Court before the County of Atlanta Judicial Circuit is now in session. The Honorable Judge Charles and meeting is presiding. Court will now come to order.
Good entrance.
Now, is that our FDA game?
Not today, but she will be Monday. I didn't. All right, that's fired up. I will in just a minute. Let me pull everything up and then we'll. I mean, we're putting, well, I'm waiting on you. Well, then I don't know. Let me try it again here. Maybe I clicked the wrong link. What's today? Okay, I'll try it again here. Am I in the waiting room now? Okay. I mean, the thing is, the hearings are all on video. So if somebody wanted it, I mean, it's not a kind of official record, but if somebody wanted to look it up, they could just do that. It's not my job to hold anybody's. All right. All right. All right. Okay. This is the trial calendar call for the next. We have 2-week calendar coming up. Who is on here that's listed as iPhone? So we can figure this out. Hello, iPhone. If you don't reveal yourself, we'll delete you. Who is iPhone? Because you have the right to be able to watch this on YouTube, but we're going to need to know who has identified themselves as iPhone. Why does everything have to be so difficult? Really, I don't get it. You deleted iPhone? All right. You know, we have to have some sort of, don't I not want to like that video over the YSL trial. People that are interested to watch, they can do that on YouTube. They don't need to be our participant in the hearing. So so this is the calendar call. I will say it's a 2-week trial calendar. I reserve the right to change it. We'll reshuffle the calendar after today, but unless you hear differently from us, that would be the order we plan to go. I think I have this in my standing order, but if I don't, I would expect the first 3 to show up on Monday, and then everybody else needs to be ready to go with 24-hour notice as we progress along over the next 2 weeks. So with that being said, we will now go to position 1, 18 SC 161115 Troy Pitts. Is Mr. Now I spoke with, we're not going to know about this till later today, right? Yeah. I spoke with Judge Krause this morning or yesterday, and she said that they would know by later today, but she was optimistic there'd be a resolution on that, which means Wright would be able to go in my court. Who has that with the state?
Your Honor, this is A. Clark. That will be attorney Fawcett's case with our special unit holding capital. And as he announced on at the final plea for this case, the state is ready on that.
Okay,
but,
well, just
I will, but because of the fact, I will reach out to him and just ask him to hold for his announcement so that he can confirm that.
well, and why don't you do that? And you can let him know that we're probably not going to know until later today whether this case is going.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, position 2, Gabriel Jefferson.
Your Honor, 88 Clark on behalf of 88 Precious Marsh. I'm making the announcement for her on that one. She indicated that the state is ready for week 2. As on Tuesday, you indicated that you would not call this case during week 1 because defense counsel for this case indicated that they were on leave during week 1. And she has directed the witnesses accordingly on behalf of the state. She estimates that the trial will last between 3 and 4 days. And the offer that was conveyed by the state the last time, and it's still the same, is 25 years to serve, plus life on probation, probation conditions, no contact with the victim and sex offender registry. And Attorney Marsh also indicated that she and defense counsel are still in discussions. It's on Tuesday, she did speak with the defense attorney, Janae Hawkins, and that Attorney Hawkins indicated that she would call her back. And so they were still in talks, but the state would be ready to go for week 2 on that one.
Week 2. Okay. I saw him. He raised his hand. All right, position 3, Corey Marshall.
Mr. Marshall.
Your Honor, 88 Clark on behalf of 88 Precious Marsh for this case. The state is ready for week 1 to go on this case. She indicated that defense counsel has leave the second week. So they wouldn't be able to go the second week. And she indicated that she estimates the trial being 3 to 4 days. Without the 413 witnesses, she estimates 9 to 11 witnesses. With the 413 witnesses, she estimates between 13 and 15 witnesses. And she said that they are in loose negotiations. The state's offer is still the same, 25 years to life plus life probation. And that defense counsel has made a counter offer. The state has rejected that offer and made a counter offer late yesterday evening. And at this point, she indicates the state is ready to proceed to trial on Monday.
All right, Mr. Marshall's in custody.
Mr. Marshall's in custody, yes, Your Honor. And we have that 413 motion scheduled today. Ms. Clark is correct. I did receive late last night, essentially a response to my counter offer. So there is a new offer in place that I need to tell Mr. Marshall about. I guess for my position, I'm going to be asking plea negotiations to be held open until Monday. What I guess offer to the court on that end is we have been in a posture throughout my entire representation of Mr. Marshall where the offer was life serve 25. And I was told by prior assistants, prior district attorneys who worked on the case that there wouldn't be any offer below that. Ms. Marsh reached out to me over the weekend to reiterate that offer. I told her the same position, at which point I was invited to make a counter offer. So this is essentially our negotiations here are later breaking. So I'd like to talk with Mr. Marshall about that updated offer from the state, be able to potentially respond to Ms. Marsh to see if there's a way to negotiate it further. But I guess for today's purpose, he's still going to be standing on his not guilty. Ready to have that 413 motion. I just ask if we could keep plea negotiations open or a negotiated plea open until Monday, given that, I guess, given how this negotiation has played out.
Okay, and normally I'd bring Mr. Marshall out, but we're going to probably discuss all this during the motions hearing at 1 as well.
Yes.
And don't forget that deputies at Corey Marshall stays when you're sending everybody else home, that we have a 1 p.m. motions with him. So.
And Your Honor, the state is prepared for that motion that will be argued by ADA Abigail Potter.
Yeah, I mean, if we're done early and everybody agrees to it, then we can hear the motion early, but no, I think that's fine. Okay. Okay. Now, are we just doing the 413 motion?
There's a 413 motion, and then there's the state's, I guess, motion in limine to prevent rape shield.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to be, I think we can.
because I was looking at both of them last night, and that's what I was getting at. Are we gonna discuss the rape shield motion?
I imagine we'll discuss it. It's not going to be the extent of argument as the 413 motion is, though.
Okay.
So,
That's what I figured.
And Your Honor, rape shield is more like a motion.
Your Honor, ADA Clark, will you, I would like to ask the defense counsel, please unmute the mic at the council table. I can hear most of what Attorney Clark is saying. I just want to make sure that I hear everything so that I can report.
it's unmuted. I guess I just wasn't speaking into it.
What were you saying, Ms.?
I just wanted to let you know that's almost a motion in limine. It's almost like the rape shield of saying what the state's saying is these things cannot be introduced in trial, and those things, that's what rape shield.
Okay.
I guess I'm saying it's because Abigail Potter's coming. I don't know if she's prepared. I don't know. We can reach out to her and ask her if she wants to do both of them. But when I spoke with her, it was just the 414. So I can ask her.
Well, if need be, we could do the other motion right before the trial.
That's what I was
That's
saying.
not gonna,
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
okay. All right. Position 4 and 5, Terry Harden.
I am present on that, Your Honor. And speaking with my client yesterday, his desire is still go to trial. We'll be ready Monday.
Let's bring Mr. Harden out.
Your Honor, before we do that, I'd like an opportunity to pre-trial with counsel. So I'll be down out, at the break before you bring him down.
Okay, we'll circle back to him then.
Thank you.
We'll bring that up when we bring him out. We'll discuss it all. All right, position 6, Samantha Brew.
And yes, Your Honor, I've discussed it with Ms. Brew. That will still be a trial on Monday, and she knows to be here in person on Monday morning.
Well, I mean, I said 10 times whose iPhone and, you know. All right, well, just let Miss Brew know that even if she doesn't go, I know you've got leave, but you know, if there's a way to fit it in, if there's something that went wrong on Monday and we didn't go to trial or last minute plea, I mean, I'd still try to tee this one up as soon as possible.
Yes, Your Honor. And she knows to be here in person on Monday. So.
Okay. All right.
The defendant is not present in the courtroom?
No, well, I gave her permission to call in and she may have been the iPhone. I asked about 10 times whose iPhone and nobody responded. So we booted her because we have to, or booted iPhone. I don't know if it was her. We have to
Right. Okay, well, Your Honor,
maintain some control over it all.
we can wait till the end, but the state would like to request a bench warrant until we get clarification on whether or not that was in fact the defendant.
Well, I guess, can you reach out to her, Mr. Clark?
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm going to do that, but it would be nice to know that she was online. How long do you think this should take?
I mean, with jury selection, 1.5 to 2 days tops.
All right. That's what I would have guessed. All right, position 7. Marani Winn.
Ms. Winn is present, Your Honor. I'd like to just discuss that with Ms. Winn and the state briefly one more time, and then we'll make our announcement.
And Judge, just to let you know, I spoke with the victim in the case. He lives in Louisiana. And so I was just wondering if we could, I don't need a specially set date, but just a little bit more notice so he can come up here for trial.
Well, what about the second week?
I will be in trial the second in Cox.
Well, we'll get into that
Sounds good.
later. Position 8, Joy Fields.
She's not in custody. I got communication from her, Your Honor. She's running a little late. If you recall, we made the announcement on Tuesday. We have not heard back from the state as far as our counter offer is concerned. So I guess we're in the same position we were on Tuesday, where we're going to be ready to be reached potentially. We would like the opportunity to work it out and potentially have a response for our counter offer, but I understand the state may not have contact with their victim either. So.
Ms. Clark?
Yes, as the state indicated on Tuesday, I needed time to speak with the victim in this case. I had actually asked for the case to be further noticed.
You did.
And I think you decided to keep it on the calendar. Keep it on the calendar call, but this particular case is not on the trial calendar for the 18th. So it would need to be further notice anyway. But that would give the state opportunity to fulfill its obligations as far as notice to the victim. There was a counteroffer that was provided by defense counsel. However, in consideration of that, I will need to speak with the victim before the state can move forward with the decision. And so I had asked I renewed my original request of having this case further notice for 30 days.
Is this not on the, was this not noticed?
Because it wouldn't be on the trial calendar until the 18th anyway. So the state had no notice of that. So we
I
would,
mean, was it noticed?
yeah, we would not be proceeding with trial on Monday anyway.
We didn't notice it. Yeah. Well, no, she's got it down for Monday, but I'm not sure I'm good with that right now. Let me look at something.
Your Honor, on your published calendar, that was published, this defendant's case is not on that calendar.
Where's the attorney for this one? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You just said she was running late. Okay. No wonder I had to take notes. So when's our next trial date? The 16th? Final plea, the 11th? Yeah. What, do you have an objection to moving it to the October trial calendar, Mr. Clark?
I mean, I suppose not. I mean, the state is correct in that, and I'm looking at that too today, is that I don't think she was noticed to be here for Monday for the trial calendar. So, I mean, we want a resolution, and Your Honor's is obviously aware. She's been up here many times on this, but I'll leave it up to the court, I suppose.
All right, I'll reset it to the October calendar. That, we need to get a notice out to her. A trial notice, reset to October calendar. And that will give you plenty of time, Ms. Clark, to reach out to the witnesses. And I don't know whether that will help, or the victim, I mean, not the witness, victim / witness.
And that is going to be what date, Your Honor?
October 16th, right, Kathy? Is the trial date, final plea before that.
Okay.
And she'll be on the final plea counter for the 11th. I see somebody raising their hand back there. Yeah, we reset your case and told the attorneys were present, and we told the attorneys we were resetting your case. So I'm sorry you had to come down here, but so you weren't here when you came in later.
Yeah, I was here. I knew she resent it. I just received the notice email, so I wasn't sure.
All right, you're just being extra careful. All right, well, it's been reset, so you don't have to be there. The mail unfortunately lags sometimes what we're doing here, but that's why we're gonna need to get like this 16th calendar out today or tomorrow, to make sure that, because the mail is taking so long. All right, your excuse. Now, the rest of these aren't noticed. This is more just because there were speedy trials filed. Is that correct? All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chinwe Foster. I emailed Ms. Robinson. I have Gabriel Jefferson. I believe he on the old calendar.
Yeah, he's number 2 on this calendar. So you're Miss Foster.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Kathy said to hold for your report. So we discussed ready for week 2. Last trial 25. Well, I guess Miss Clark, why don't you just go ahead and we now have Miss Foster position 2. Why don't you repeat what you said earlier on Gabriel Jefferson?
Attorney Foster, I'm making this announcement on behalf of 88 Precious Marsh. For Corey Marshall, she indicated that the state is ready.
No, this is Gabriel Jefferson.
My apologies, you said position 2.
No problem.
The state is ready for week 2 to go on this trial. And Judge Edens indicated on Tuesday that this case would not be called during week 1 because defense counsel announced that there would be leave during week 1. And the witnesses for the state have been directed accordingly. The state anticipates that the trial will be 3 to 4 days. The last offer conveyed was 25 years to serve plus life on probation. Probation conditions, no contact with the victim, and the defendant is to be on the sex offender registry. And she also indicated that defense counsel and the state were still in discussions, and she had talked with Attorney Hawkins on Tuesday. And she indicated that for the rest of the week to email her if the discussions needed to continue.
And I will email Ms. Marsh. I believe she's the new ADA on this case.
I guess, can you come up and speak in the microphone so Miss Clark can hear you?
So I'm in a booth, so I apologize.
Oh.
Doctor, I will be down when the court breaks. I'll be down to speak with you.
Okay, but the only issue, and I know Ms. Marsh is the new ADA on this case, and we will continue to speak with her. The last announcement was that this case would be specially set. So I do have a leave for CLE on the 21st and the 22nd, and then on the 28th, I will not be in town. I did not file a leave. My mom turned 70, so it was kind of last minute. And I think that my understanding is that it would be specially set. So I did not believe that it would be on the trial calendar. When we last spoke with the court, I believe the victim lives in Houston. So we were told that this case would be specially set.
Let me look up my notes from a couple days ago here.
I believe it was the last time it was on the calendar, it was maybe a couple months ago. I think so. It was a couple months ago. I think they said that the victim was having a baby or something.
Your Honor, those ADA March on Tuesday did announce that the witness has had their baby. And those issues were actually discussed and hammered out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And as far as I think Attorney Hawkins announced on your behalf, Attorney Foster, that she informed the court about the CLE, which is why Judge Eaton indicated that this case would go on the second week, which would be the 25th. And being that it would be only 3 to 4 days, I think that would meet into the timeline
Yeah.
as described. So they already set those parameters on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, I think the last person, the ADA we spoke with was ADA Whitenauer. This was back in March when we discussed.
But I'm going by what Hawkins was
And I
here.
understand, and she did tell me, I think my only issue would be scheduling for the second week, but I can speak with Ms. Marsh to see, because she said that there were speedies on the calendar.
Yeah, there's one speedy, but that, I believe there's just one speedy.
Okay.
We're gonna reshuffle the calendar after today and give you an order, but yeah, we discussed this in detail.
Right.
So this is, we're still teed up for this on the second week of,
I think I may need to speak with Ms. Marsh, and then maybe we can follow up with the court. And I'll have to figure out, I have a flight for the 28th of September. I will be in Ohio. It's already booked and I can present that to the court. But I'll do whatever.
I mean, I don't know what to do, because I mean, you had a partner here that, let's reshuffle the calendar, talk with Marsh.
Right, because I mean, I understand what's being said now, but the attorney that was on the
Yes.
representative for Attorney Foster on Tuesday, as well as ADA Marsh, indicated they would be ready to go on the 20th.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that we're not ready. I think I just have scheduling issues. But what I will do is I'll speak. I don't know if she said that she was coming down. So I'll wait to speak with her and then we can follow back.
Miss Clark is coming down. You can talk to her. Miss Marsh won't be here today,
Okay.
but
And
you
I'll
can
just-
obviously reach out to her on the phone. So,
Yes, Sean, I'll wait to speak with her and then I'll make another announcement to the court.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, let's go to position 9, Markel Lewis. Is Mr. Hudson around?
Said he had a case in Henry County, but he's on the way here now. And he was discussing.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate your announcement. Thank you. All right, position 10, Courtney Brown.
Good morning, Your Honor. It is state's position, Your Honor, that the defense is demand for a speedy trial is invalid as it was waived. I would like to direct the court's attention to State v. Summit. That is 266 Georgia Ave 630, and I have a copy of that case as well, Your Honor. Your Honor, in that case, a defendant was originally indicted for 2 counts.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's bring Mr. Brown out for this. since
Yeah,
we're-
I'll need to go discuss something with him before we make this announcement and have an argument on the record. So,
Absolutely. Terrence Miller, 88 Terrence Miller on behalf of the state. That is TARRANCE.
Well, are you going to want to talk to him first?
yeah, I didn't know state was going to be moving to set aside the speedy demand, so I need to go talk with him before we have a contested hearing
All
potentially.
right, why don't we circle back then?
Okay.
I don't mind talking about some scheduling stuff with the defendants back there, but when we're going to get into the meat of this speedy trial demand. All right, let's go to position 11, Tucker. Pardon me?
Morning, Judge. This is ADO. I believe we had addressed this already. And the last time we were here, it was set for October 2nd for a final plea and further notice to a further trial calendar, but I showed up today as well in abundance of caution. I think Mr. Clark is the defense attorney and both of us were of the same understanding, Judge.
That's correct.
Well, all right. I mean, so we've already addressed Tucker.
Yes, Judge. And it's already on the calendar as well. There's an October 2nd final plea, and I think there's already a trial calendar on it as well. I believe it's October 19th, but if you would give me a second, Judge, I will tell you to be exact.
Okay, it's the 16th. All
Yeah,
right, well then, I don't think we have any more to say on this one.
Your Honor, that concludes my matter. May I be excused?
You're excused, Ms. Oakham. Good to see you.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 12, Ponds.
And Your Honor, we had. I mean, I'll say, Dana, we filed a demand, just constitutional demand, just based on the amount of time he's been in custody. We've been served discovery on this case now. I'm trying to figure out who, I guess at this point, is going to have it in the prosecutor's office, because I'm hopeful maybe we can reach some sort of resolution on this. So I don't know if this was ultimately going to wind up being a trial, but he has been in custody for over a year at this point, and just want some sort of movement on the case. And I know I've emailed Ms. Iqbal, but my understanding is it may be going to somebody else either now or in the near future. So I just want somebody that we can deal with. So.
Well, good morning, Your Honor. Winn for the state. I'm here on behalf of Laura McCauley. This case is hers. She indicated her announcement is that she couldn't be ready the second week. It's going on the second week's count. She's in trial right now. And she has they won't end until the middle of next week. So
Okay. Well, and then I can discuss it. I have a prosecutor to discuss it. If it's going to be Ms. McCauley, then I can reach out to her and we can see if we can actually resolve this without a trial.
Well, I'm not going to do that the second week because one, I just not sure. I mean, I know you've got a speedy trial demand, but there's a little, Andy's got a leave file for the second week. But why don't we stick it on stick it on that October calendar then?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you can tell Ms. McCauley that trial date is October 16th. Yeah, we'll put it on.
Your Honor, 88 Clark, for the state, I do know that 88 Dion Peoples, it will be the attorney that will be representing the Crimes Against Children unit for this case in your courtroom.
Ms. Clark,
yeah.
Ms. Clark, I have it. It's okay.
My apologies, I couldn't hear.
Yeah, Miss Winfrey is here.
Okay.
So, all right. You're trying to find the final plea date? See if you can get up a spot. See if you can get a spot for that final plea and let them know. All right. No. The trial date is October 16th. We're trying to find a final plea date before, because we're limited in a number of people we can bring over here. But see what you can do, whether it's Zoom or whatever. All right. Anything else?
Nothing on this one, Your
All
Honor.
right. Okay. All right. Is that the only one you have, Miss Winfrey?
I have one more announcement from Ms. McCauley, I believe, and then
All right, well then I wonder which one, because I don't think she's got Basil.
position 9.
Oh. Oh, yeah, Hudson's on the way. What's your announcement?
Ms. McCauley stated that I believe they're in negotiations to work this one out.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Hudson's on the way, so he may have a similar announcement, but other than that, you're excused.
Thank you,
So,
Judge.
okay. All right, position 13, Walkins, Basil.
Yes, Your Honor. I think this is just a scheduling thing. We've just recently received discovery, so I'll have a chance to go over that and go over that with Mr. Basil. Essentially, I guess we asked this to be placed on the soonest possible final plea calendar to see if we can work something out on this. He's obviously been in custody now a year, so we're approaching a year.
Now we're in the same situation. Well, I'd like to put him on the October calendar, but we don't have any. All right, we'll put him on the October 6th. Y'all deputies, listen to this. I'm trying to address this jail issue, but it's hard to. You know. October 16th trial date. Okay. All right, I think that's it for now. I know you wanted to pre-try and talk. Anybody have anything else? Any quick?
Brian Trepanier, I'm happy to stay in position 1. Mr. Troy Pitts, just wanted to let the court know that I am present. I know Mr. Wright, I believe, is currently before Judge Krause.
So are you going to be doing Pitts?
I'm going to be trying Pitts with Mr. Fawcett.
Oh, okay. So you're with Fawcett. So I don't know if you know this. I mean, there's a whole Krause. I spoke with Judge Krause yesterday. She said she would know by this afternoon and felt optimistic there would be a resolution in her courtroom, which means Pitts would go over here. So
That's correct, Judge. That's how I understand it as well. And the state will be ready for week 1.
okay. All right. Yeah, how long do you think that one's going to be, Mr. Trepanier?
Realistically, I think the trial will last, including jury selection, 3.5, 4 days. I think we would qualify the jury for a full week, and that should be sufficient.
Okay. So everybody says 3 to 4 days.
We have about 15 witnesses, and I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, we're going to look at the calendar. Mr. Trepanier, I don't see any point in playing games. We will reshuffle the calendar, but I'd say there's a very good chance that Pitts will be number 1 on that calendar. So.
And that's what the preparation has been on the state's position on this. It's assuming jury Pitts is number 1 for Monday.
Okay. Is there any motions you can think of on Pitts?
Don't believe so, Your Honor. I don't think there's any.
I felt it was ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think there's any motions in limine that have been filed by either side. Both sides, I believe, have previously filed proposed voir dire, proposed jury charges.
Yeah.
We were ready to tee it up in the past. So
Yeah.
I don't think there are any outstanding issues that would pass the jury on Monday.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let y'all talk to your clients and pre-try a little bit. Call me when I need to come back out, okay? What?
Good morning, Your Honor.
What's going on?
Marcia Mignot on behalf of Mr. Willie Holmes. We had received notice that he would be on your bond motions hearing calendar for today. And then I got an email I just saw at 9:20 this morning stating he's not on the calendar.
Do we have a bond motion calendar?
So there's no bond motions calendar for.
What's his case number?
Case number, Your Honor, is 22 SC 185413. It was filed January 12th, 2023.
Willie Holmes.
Yes, Judge.
When was the,
The motion?
well, no, when did you get notice the motions hearing? Yeah, I've got it down for the 12th of October, the motions hearing date,
Okay, and that should have been October the 12th, Judge, not today?
October the 12th. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's showing on Odyssey.
All right, Judge, then I'll be back on October the 12th.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge. Enjoy your day.
you too. Anything else? All right. Yeah, maybe she just enjoys being out there.
Oh, that it's 88. Yes. Yeah, that's one. Philip,
And I'll probably
Mr.
say
Philip,
so, but-
Mr. Clark, one moment. Sorry.
Ms. Lewis, you know your case was reset. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. This is Yoka Lewis. Were you speaking to me?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Your case was reset for October, so you don't have to be on the Zoom.
Okay, I'll reach out to my lawyer. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You got trial Monday, Mrs. Paul?
Yeah, I got called in the short list of Judge Adam.
Oh, that's that
My
line one,
murder with.
the line. With
But,
Pete.
yeah, but he filed the motion for continuance. Because his guys in DOC custody has never been brought over. He still isn't. He's like, I've never even spoken. with him."
Oh, yeah, you can't go forward like that.
But it's Adams. She's been, she don't care.
That could be a reversible issue.
He's supposed to see him this weekend. I remember one time. Murder, meet with the guy. once.
Yeah, I wouldn't put my bar card on that.
Right? See, I'm preparing, like, yeah, I've got like 35 witnesses. Yeah.
How you were getting out of it?
I was, but they made me keep this going.
Oh, because I remember you saying that's complexity and why get it read.
You know.
Makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, yeah, no.
No, I only have 2 pieces of that. But, so I have orders and back.
Okay.
But the rest is just.
Yes, that's what I
get a little bit. He has to talk. He'll talk unless he wants it, unless we have to answer that question. He doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But he will challenge. But it's- and it's- but, yeah. Very nice. But yes, very.
Hey, man, what's up? Only be allowed. Pension. That's. Yeah, this is your star witness. The officer, yeah, please. So the places in the county. And. Very covert. But he's not. Oh,
Yeah. But last time I spoke to you about that. So. Well, I did last time we were on.